Oh! Oh! Alright, calm down. It's not that good. Hello and welcome to TV Burp. Ellis Pagan tries to chop wood for the first time. Young boys get their own back on Amanda Holton's Performing Arts Club for making too much noise. And go-kart driver wants no more of his time wasted by John C. Reilly. Now, before we go any further, we have a letter here sent in by a fan of the show. His name is Jack, and he says, "Dear Oscar, at the time this episode is being broadcast, yesterday would have been my 24th birthday. I've had a lot of great fun during my birthday. Yours sincerely, Jack." Aww. Well, happy birthday from yesterday, Jack, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Also, it's the last show of the series, and what better way to start it than a fact about Catherine Tilsley? Did you know that whenever she gets excited, she loses control of her leg?
Yes, Kath.
Agriculture Club.
Yes, Catherine.
Woodstock Cube.
Period costume. We're talking period.
Blueberry.
Very well played.
It just came to me.
Very nice. I get my thrill on Blueberry Hill. That's
And in a
lemonade.
nice little blueberry outfit.
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
Yeah! Oh. You need to be careful with that leg, Catherine. You don't want it flying off. Oh! I did warn you. Coronation Street now, and Tim and Sally suspected that they had a mouse in their house. While Tim went to get a trap, Sally had a food clear out because she didn't want to risk anything with the bad hygiene. But she overdid it. Look at all that food. It's a waste. I'll have that food. Ah, here come some crew members with it in a crate. Okay, now, pop it down here. Ow! Oh. Not on my feet, you idiots! Lift it! Lift it! Now, back up. Stop! Now, put it down again. That's it. Thank you. It must have been a big mouse because Tim and Sally found a rucksack in the garden shed. Big mouse equals big problem. Now, what do I need to wear if I were to catch a mouse? Ah, a woolly hat and a pair of goggles. Got it. I would also need a weapon too. What the? Ah! You wouldn't believe this, ladies and gentlemen, but there's a giant mouse in the studio. Right. Don't worry, everybody. I've got my gear. Now, I haven't got a pair of goggles, so I'll just wear these googly-eyed glasses. I've got a woolly hat, however. And, indeed, a weapon. Alright, Mousy. You want a piece of me? Well, come and get it. Whoa! Ah! Whew! That was tough, but I won. Now, take that mouse away, please. Thank you. Now, did any of you notice the number 8 that Daisy had in her cabinet? Now, that's what I call a fine figure of 8. EastEnders now, and don't you love how peaceful and quiet it is? Because of this, I might have a nap.
So you came back then?
What? What? Oh, phew. It was just a nightmare. For a moment there, I thought Bianca had appeared from nowhere without saying hello.
So you came back then?
Ah! Oh no, it wasn't a nightmare. It was reality. Bother. Now, a poster out on the square confused me. Community fridge? What's a community fridge? Is it a place where the community goes if they're feeling too hot? Not a bad idea. Excuse me. Oh, and the food is great too. But people lose their teeth when they bite into it. Count me out. Now, what's the best thing to say when you see people looking unhappy? Yeah! You invite them in for chips! That's right, if you see people looking glum, run over to them and say, "Fancy some chips?" If that fails, try ice cream. Staying with food, Alfie wanted to go to the moon, so he came up with an unusual way of doing it.
10 bags of marshmallows, right? So I'm thinking, me, you and the boys dump ourselves in front of the television, and we got enough sugar to fly to the moon.
Oh, I feel so full. I think I might regret eating 10 packets of marshmallows. But let's see if I can fly to the moon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Woo! Wow! It worked! I'm in outer space! What? Almost got hit by a meteor there. Onwards and upwards to the moon! Oh! Way! I made it to the moon and back, thanks to Alfie's marshmallows. Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week. TV highlight of the week. TV highlight of the week. Between the covers now, the televised book club led by Sarah Cox with 4 celebrity members joining her every week. Hang on. A book club? On television? Are you mad? Book clubs aren't meant for television. They're meant for your community. Film and TV clubs. Now they're made for television. You need the right sort of clubs for the right sort of places. Anyway, joining Sarah in her book club this week were Maisie Adam, Richard Iwardi, Elizabeth Day, and Stephen Mangan. Maisie said something that was risky enough to get her kicked out of the club. She doesn't like hardback books. I've got one here, look. The good thing about hardback books is that the pages are protected from harm. And they can make a good weapon too. Knitted! Yes? Brilliant. This week's new book pick was Glorious Exploits by Ferdier Lennon. When Ferdier was telling us about it, I was amazed to see how small he is. Now, another thing about Maisie. It sounded like she was so lucky with her English teacher when she was at school. I don't believe it! Mr. Bean was Maisie Adams' English teacher! Oh, can you imagine the lessons?
Good morning, class. Today, we're going to learn about adjectives. Now, in case you don't know what that is, an adjective is a short, well-known, pithy saying stating a general truth or piece of advice. Oh no! That's a proverb! Sorry about that, class. I'm just having one of those days.
Bean, you have one of those days every day! The Yorkshire vet now, and Peter was about to go home at the end of the day when a call came in from a farmer who had a ewe that he was very concerned about. She had one lamb already. She had been scanned for more than one, and she hadn't produced any. And that was over 2 hours ago. It was a sign that something was wrong. The farmer asked Peter if he could come straight away and have a look, just when he was about to go home. Oh! Now, of course, being a vet, you're working with animals. But what was waiting for Peter when he came home? Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. You're eating an animal you've probably helped to get better, Peter. Just as well as a ewe you're taking care of and not a cow. Thank you so much, Peter, for helping my cow.
Oh, it was nothing, really. What are your plans tonight?
Oh, put my feet up and watch all creatures great and small. What about you?
Oh, it's roast beef and Yorkshire pudding for me tonight.
Stay away from me and my cow.
Well, there's no way to speak about your husband.
Oh, just go away. When Peter was putting his hand up the ewe's bum to get the lamb out, I was struggling to see in the ewe's face whether it liked having a human hand up its bum or not. It could be saying either, "Ow! Oh, stop it! It hurts!" Or, "Oh, go on, son! Get in there!" Now, the scanning was wrong. The ewe wasn't having triplets at all. Just one extra lamb. Just as well she had 2 lambs and not 3. Otherwise, with all the mother duties, she'd be balmy.
They keep on coming.
Meanwhile, at Sandbeck Veterinary Centre in Wetherby, Julian and Nurse Lucy were talking about their weekend, and it sounded like Lucy had an odd weekend. See now, I like horses that go to the pub. I like ferrets that go to the pub, but then I also like pigs on leads. But which is better?
There's only one way to find out.
Fight! Come on, ferrets that go to the pub! That's all from us this week, and indeed, this series. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Join me in the next 3 weeks where we'll be looking at the unseen bits from this series. Until then, good night.